down there, creeping. But here is our round number 1 setups then. Barrage on attack first. And iGamerz on defense as orange.
Defenders, protect your bombs
So,
from being
they will go
defeated by
down in
attackers.
towards the garage as their first option for defense. And let's see how well they can hold it. One of the other big points that we talked about, and one of the reasons this is being shied away from a lot of the PC squads, is the verticality. Top-down play is not a big thing here on console. So losing control of that that piano room is not always the biggest deal. Yeah.
Right.
We do have that standard hole to be made straight through the middle of the garage door though. Allows the sound to travel through a little bit better, so it would suggest we are looking for a potential battery play.
5 seconds left. Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
So, in the last 10 seconds of the attack coming through, let's have a look. We've got WizKid rappelling up on the spiral stairs. We've also, however, got 2 players right on the top floor here from iGamerz, still doing a couple of last-minute reinforcements. Asfa on Jaeger and Hopak here on Valkyrie. Let's right on board with Hopak. He is their impact player, as you saw in the team sheets, and he's running that MPX as opposed to what a lot of teams consider on Xbox the only way to play.
With the shot.
With the shotgun.
But this
TWB
is
is
why he
repelled
doesn't need
outside
the
piano.
shotgun.
Can't do that with the 790. Or the Spaz 12 for that matter. Does take a beast through the wall in return from that man we're repelling outside the spiral stairs, but he's still standing, gets away all fine. Now looks to rethink again. Of course, he threw that camera out front onto the tree, which we've seen time and time again from every team in this game. And that's what gave him the angle he needed to get that peek outside. Does catch a shot onto Ash through the floor here in the trapdoor, but not quite enough to finish her off before she darts away. Can drop the next camera down there, and we'll be able to use that to check for info in a moment. And of course, if it gets instantly shot, she'll know more. Dettol now looking to take the fight. He's got more health, so he will give the challenge, but
Goes to the
through
same spot as Ash.
Yeah, but I think they were expecting him to win that firefight because if he gets extra health. Instead, he was not paying enough attention, and Hopak beautifully drops down on top of Ash's head, but this time he's going to walk straight into Twitch, and he won't be ready for that one, so they do finally take him out.
But very quickly seeing why Hopak is the impact player.
Yeah, but 3 for 1, that was beautiful.
And Blackbeard. So it's really 6 for 1,
Yeah,
honestly.
it's true. That's, yeah.
He's already killed the whole team twice at this point.
Wangum coming down the stairs then to join him, but behind him Jaeger is already collapsing straight on in. Now WizKid is sitting there waiting for him to follow down. Creeps around the corner. As for realizing him running away, gets back in with a quick position.
Did he think he died from the hallway? He didn't look at the stairs first.
I think he was just cautious of another flanker, thinking Jaeger would have just sprinted immediately away.
Right.
He he won't be exactly in the place he killed man. He would have run away to reload or something. So I've got a split second. Instead, no, he literally just stood on, killed the man, stood still, reload here.
Yeah,
I can't
didn't move at all.
Feet and hands don't work at the same time, you know? It's just
Well, that means he should have heard him reloading and not sprinting away. Just maybe he's just, oh, this has to be bugged. There's no way he's just standing there reloading. There's no way.
Yeah. Either way, even if he'd killed him, I think that round was more or less in the bag because that beautiful start for Hopak. And now they're on to attack themselves. They held that bomb site with ease without even needing to go near the bomb site. And once again, can't help but feel that Barrage fell down to what we've seen saying from the Xbox squads all season, because their teamwork is just not there. They want to clear the entire map, which is fine.
Right.
But they try and do it with their faces more than they do with their drones, which again is fine, but you've got to stay a bit closer together if you're trying to do that. You've got to be able to trade these kills back and forth. Instead, as you saw there, Dettol peeking straight in, Ash peeking straight in, all one at a time, and allowing nice, easy, clean shots
10 seconds
in
left
1v1 situations, which the defenders are always going to have the advantage on.
Yeah.
5
100%.
seconds to go.
Console land, anyway.
Console.
Everyone then on Barrage is upstairs right now, none of them down in towards the bomb site itself. We've even got Valkyrie right up to the top floor. She is running herself a Spaz 12 shotgun. Whisker and WizKid now do head downstairs through the spiral staircase and back in towards the bomb site. TWBFC just inside the corridor by the toilets. Wangum's going to head downstairs after throwing a couple of cameras out, and Dettol is in the spiral staircase himself. Let's sit on board with TW then. He is watching towards these front piano windows himself. Max is rappelling there. This is exactly where they killed Blackbeard. It's a very common entry spot for many a team, and looks like TW is waiting for someone to come in that way, but Infernal Gamers are droning for it. Asfair doesn't quite come around the corner with his drone though, gets away with it, now comes around. He will be shot out, but Sledge has already come inside. The shots rattle off the backside of TWBFC. One will tag him, so he'll go prone, but it's immediately found out. When he prone down like that, he was wide enough for Max to see him, and this is good work from IG. Picking up the first and only roamer pretty early on. Now we head downstairs as Detol is coming up the spiral stairs fairly aggressively now, but Twitch is inside the lobby. Will has spotted him. He looks to try and tag and return, but neither one landing any kind of damage. Max is now covering him from the other side. He's cautious of the push forward, but push isn't coming because they are just sitting there inside piano, making a couple of holes in the floor and cracking themselves an entry and angle down below. At the pipes is going to be spotted here by Ash, and he is completely clueless that that floor above him just broke, and it's a free kill.
Just did not pay attention to that or concern himself with it at all.
Zettel now coming up the far side in towards Visa, will come above all of the attacking players.
Attackers have recovered their
Hasn't got any C4 though, no way to go down through this trapdoor or make holes above of his own. He's going to have to go down the garage stairs. Might be able to catch someone by surprise, but he's got to do it pretty speedy if he wants to, because with a minute on the clock, IG are going to start pushing the objective soon. And with only 2 players left alive to try and hold it, it's not going to be an easy hold. As a look now outside the front door, and it's Hoppak out there. Winegun will pick up 1 kill, but then Hoppak will finish him off, and now Deathel's making his move down as Widkid gets Max. Asphalt will trade out Wizkid though, and he turns to his right just as Twitch comes around the corner, and Tinsaro has handed that kill on the silver platter, and IG go 2 rounds up quickly and easily.
And again, able to get, you know, Pulse back out there and roaming again to replace the roam that they lost was great, but they have no drop downs open. They have no real way of actually taking advantage of that roam, which I think is a huge thing on this map. Opening the drop downs that aren't directly going to weaken your defense, just running around a couple shotgun shots, I think it's definitely worth doing in this map.
Valkyrie was already up there, throw cameras out and stuff. Why not just pump
Just
around
pop
into the
them open,
trapdoor?
yeah.
Would have given him away straight on top of the piano room, which would have dropped him right down next to a couple of juicy targets.
Right.
But hey ho. Time now for IG to head back onto defense, and of course, having held the basement very well, time for them to go upstairs now. Into
attackers need to locate and defuse
console
bombs.
office. The meeting room. Bringing a cap can to the table this time around. Not blowing that hole between the 2 bomb sites. They put in their cap can.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Where Tensor heads.
Get your sweater.
Last man to warm himself up.
10 seconds remaining.
I suspect he's going to go on some of the commonly breached windows, but we'll see.
5
Wherever they
seconds
are,
to
they're
go.
going to go pretty close to the objectives with the time he has left. We do then have Asphar
Attackers
and
recovered the
Smoke
bomb
down
diffuser.
here in the
Attackers'
admin
objective
office.
is to defuse a bomb.
We'll lock it up the far side. So, Macabro watching the plethora of cameras at his disposal. Zakov finishes off a couple of last-minute setups. Macabo now taking a little bit of damage in through this room, but it is tiny as they start to rappel up on the windows. Here we go. Blackbeard is up and right next to him. He's going to drop a smoke straight out, and it will be damaging Blackbeard pretty hard.
Wow, that's a lot of smoke damage.
Has to go straight down through it to survive and get away. Another one goes off. This one does no damage, but keeps him away from those windows for a little bit longer. He does not want to get any closer as the 3rd charge goes off. Now he knows he's safe to peek the left side, and we'll see that camera. Finally kill it.
There we go. First smoke was great. I don't know if wasting the other 2 was the best call there.
Yeah, not this early on in the round, as Winegum has taken down Asphar now as well, and they've downed the cap can elsewhere. It is 3v5. Macabo sees his head and he stands up. Macabo will get downed on the left side of the room now. Hopak's going to move and sprint across the room to try and help his teammate, but there was another man up on that window. Tensaro does get Deathtoll down with a Capcan trap. Ash is now trying to pin Hopak into that corner, forces him to sprint away, but can't land the shots as he goes. And TW actually just backed off to go in his drone, and he could have got that kill. A little bit of miscommunication then from Barrage. With only Hopak left on his feet now, he's got to kill 4 people and stop a plant. He's in the spiral staircase now, and Wicked's going to come up underneath him and finish him off.
Defenders
That will be another round. Actually in the bag.
First round for CS, yeah.
Yeah, for Barrage this time. That was much better.
Yeah,
Much more coordination, much more teamwork between the two. Always 1 or 2 guns trained on each target.
Right, there was that small little breakdown, like you said, where had he not been in his drone, would have been an easy kill, but ultimately didn't really matter. And you know, the angles they kept on the windows just pinched both Smoke and Valkyrie.
Yep.
In the admin room with nothing to do.
And as you mentioned, all the smoke tried to go off that early on, and they had nothing left for when Blackbeard actually really wanted to put the pressure on. Instead, he could just sit down and wait.
Yeah.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Now the patch has not gone live on console, correct?
Which patch?
The new patch.
The Pulse thing?
3.4
No.
with Pulse.
I
Yeah.
was not on the computer went live anywhere.
Has not?
I
Okay.
don't think. I mean, I haven't been on the game all morning, so unless it's gone live on PC, I don't know.
I haven't either. I just know it went public.
Yes, another patch notes went up. If anyone's not aware, patch 3.4 notes are live.
Pulse is getting more pulsy.
Yeah.
Not today, though.
Not sure if I agree with that, but we'll see what it's like
Yeah,
in
well,
game.
if it's as subtle as it seems that it's being described, then it might be okay. It seems like they're just trying to make it more interpretable.
It sounds like they've just taken the IQ bug
5 seconds
and
left.
put it in as a feature for Pulse.
Hey,
Attackers
maybe.
recovered the bomb.
It's not right. The IQ bug of which, oh, I'm looking at these gadgets through the wall. I put my gadget away, I can still see them through the wall. That's what it is. He looks at people through the wall now, puts the gadget away, he'll still be able to see their outlines through the wall.
Right.
That's what it sounded like. So
It's
we'll
no,
see.
I don't think it's that he'll be able to see when they put him away. It's that when he moves, the position of the players will move with him. Whereas currently, like if you move the camera and you have a heartbeat, it will stay relative on the screen, so that the player is no longer where that beep is.
Oh, okay.
So now it's, if the player's in the center of the screen and it beeps him, and you move to the left, the player will now be on the right of the screen, like still active as
Okay,
it's happening.
alright. See, this is why I was unsure as whether it's going to be too strong or not. This is
Right.
what
No,
I'm
I
waiting
think it's just to give kind of more real-time interpretation of where the players are, not like an extra lasting scan or anything.
Okay, good. That's better then.
Yeah.
TW then taken down very low by the first grenade thrown in this round. It's only a minute in, but we're finally starting to see some movement from IG.
And note that Valkyrie did open some drop-downs this time around.
Yes, she did when she went upstairs, and he does try and peek into the main lobby, but Astra's already inside. Dettol, however, is also down here. He's going to be right around the corner. Does get the kill on Astra, despite the fact that Astra pre-fired him.
And that is the diffuser.
Yes, they droned it out, and so he went for the aggressive shot, but Dettol, better aim, wins out this time around. And then gets away upstairs to safety, and IG are out of drones for a moment. So, going to be ready to track him a little way further, and he is now doing a much better job than he did first time.
Attackers have recovered their
Is
diffuser.
delaying the push through as they're cautious of what may be waiting behind them. Do notice a couple of people. Oh, he's going to come out the window. He gets a good headshot. That's the diffuser down again. Maccabee.
Second time.
Maccabee gone. A couple of people are asking, I can tell. Mute is unbanned now. Now that the bug was fixed and
Yes.
the teams have had a time for it to cycle through,
A
Mute
bomb
is
has been
available for
located.
play if these teams wish to pick it. But right now they do not. Only 3 attackers left standing then. Winegum is on his camera here right inside the garage door, which has been thermited open. Sledge, though, still clearing the top floor with Twitch in tow as they're trying to find this pulse.
Attackers recovered the
This
diffuser.
pulse that is down in the basement, so they're wasting a hell of a lot of time here at 35 seconds on the clock, and they're still on the top floor doing a whole lot of nothing.
And that's by far the toughest part about this map, how easily you can just be in a totally different location.
Downstairs, Hopak is alone. He does actually see that camera there. He doesn't realize it in the top right-hand corner, but now he's going to edge around the corner and not see Winegum on his phone. He will see Whisker at the far side of the room, but misses the shots. Now with 15 seconds on the clock, the diffuser is not in anyone's hands. Max is going to come into the toilet. They're going to have to drop in, but he's immediately perched off. Sorry, while he'll drop through and take down Whisker Wills. He cannot get the ceiling kill as Whiskid is already firing at him from the other side. And Barrage back out even the scoreline. And they are definitely playing better now. It feels like the team have woken up.
Had to get the groove on.
Yeah. Much better roaming, much more coherent teamwork between those two roamers.
Oh,
Really,
definitely.
that was the key thing there.
Smarter rotations with the roaming as well. Knew when to kind of back off, end up back in the basement, which just wasted tons of time. And of course getting the diffuser, not once, but twice down. And both in pretty crappy spots.
Yeah.
You know, middle of the bottom of the spiral stairs and then outside in full view of that top window.
Yep.
Not too good places to lose the diffuser.
And on top of that, not only was that kill on the second diffuser carrier onto Sledge, so great because of the weird spot it dropped it, but the fact that it was done from the top floor is then what took those 2 extra players, that Twitch
Right.
Sledge, to the top floor.
Which by then he's long gone down in the basement, which is by far the right play.
And it wasted even more of the attacking team's time just because he did it from that window. So good job by him. Back then to 2 rounds to 2, and we are into the basement for Infernal Gamers' next defense. As we now see IG on upstairs again. Couple more trapdoors to reinforce.
5 seconds to insertion. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb. Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
And the attackers play a little bit of juggling with their diffuser. And make their way towards the building. Once again, TWBFC on this Blackbeard is a little bit more cautious about rappelling up to these piano windows this time around after being jumped out on last time.
Deploying barricade. Target located.
Top floor does hold the Valkyrie and a Jaeger, and Jaeger ducks into hiding after Blackbeard pops a couple of rounds off at him, but he's chased in from behind by Detol, and that is a secure kill and a good pick for the roaming. Hoppak has ducked downstairs after taking a beasting damage himself, and he has got away with it. So now it's time for the attackers to really start to pressure the objective as they've got good swift control of this top floor. Drone the floor below and check it a couple more times over. TWBFC and Winegum actually joining the same spots right now, which isn't the best use of their time.
Kind of leaving the diffuser pretty far away from everything. He's going to it now.
Right out in the spawn, Jesus.
I think
they
it
have
was,
killed off Max here by
somebody else will grab it. Guys?
Now, a couple of holes down through the floor towards the garage door will show that the lack of bandit spotted there, as they do make a couple more. Detol cracking the floor at the back of the white van and above the kitchen. Checking the spiral stairs in case of any crazy flanks coming that way. Not going to be one, but Hoppak is still now downstairs hiding in the kitchen. That floor above him just gets cracked open. Ducks away to safety without giving away anything, as Tensaro has come upstairs here and trying to play a little bit more aggressively on this staircase. You've got to find a couple of kills. There's still a minute here, and with 5 attackers left alive, they need something to try and level the odds. Looking for someone to come in a little bit further forward. Whisker Willis, there we go, gets caught out as he's in the middle of looking down through the floor. He's now going to go prone, stand up for Detol. He gets the second one. Can he get away to safety? He can. Twitcher coming through the window, and he didn't manage to get the kill as he fell back. Tensaro now alive. TWBFC spotted on the right-hand side. Sorry, left-hand side. A couple more shots back off and miss, but it does keep him pinned into the corner a bit longer, and this is big for Infernal Gamers. Whiskey has now gone up and above him. He's trying to fire down through the holes made earlier, but no one's in those spots anymore. Winegum's still outside, and TW is creeping in through the garage door, but now they know he's there. They are not revealing themselves to him at all.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. The attackers bombed the diffuser.
Drops it down. Tensaro takes Whiskey down as he sprints back up the garage stairs again, and suddenly, thanks to IG's Tensaro, this game is straight back into IG's favour. They also managed to get a kill onto a Winegum from Hoppak, peeking by the white car, and that's the diffuser down. Blackbeard survives the first beast, but Hoppak gets around there for a free kill, and Infernal Gamers successfully hold thanks to the 2-man army of Hoppak and Tensaro after losing their 2 Romans very early on.
Ultimately, not the worst push, but I feel for getting the diffuser in spawn was a little bit sloppy. And definitely burned some time that CS didn't need to waste. I'm sorry, Barrage. Oh, why is it CS? That's throwing me off big time.
It costs money to change gamer tags, and they haven't won any money yet. And it's not on an org. It's just 5 friends with a name.
Fair. It's very off-putting.
I mean, do you want to pay for it?
It's very off-putting.
Not that off-putting. As it is though, Infernal Gamers cracked themselves a small lead again, and will now be on to attack.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So, onto the top floor go Barrage, and begin their setups.
Bomb located by attackers.
They do spam the floor with barbed wire. As we saw last time around, one of the big keys to holding this floor is this admin office, this entire end of the map up here. Not the only way, but it is pretty powerful if you can get hold of it.
10 seconds left
So we'll
before
see if the
insertion.
attacking team comes that way through. As it is, they aren't bringing a black bit to the table, they are just bringing a fuse. A fuse does do a great job of clearing this room out with one charge.
Right. I mean,
Attackers recover
none of the
diffuser.
walls can really protect you
Attackers
from a
are
grenade.
moving to defuse the bomb.
And if you use up all of your trophy
The
systems
attacker's
in
bomb
there,
diffuser
which
has been dropped.
they shouldn't.
Put TWPC in there with a couple, but now the attackers are coming in. Macabo will head on up after Asfar, who's already up on the wall. Ash's speed, of course, allowing him to get there pretty damn rapidly. Start to fire a couple of shots on in, but more or less wildly as Macabo comes up the corner side. He's going to put this first charge out. It's going to be right on top of TWPFC. Triggers it out. TW sees it coming in next to him. Slowly tries to edge himself away. Will not edge himself away far enough. Gets down by the first charge to go through.
Seemed to think he was clear, just taking 4 steps to his left.
To be fair, he was. It was the last one
Yeah.
that came through. So yeah, that's a bit of an upset for him. Thinking, all right, I've survived all this time. The last one will be fine. No, it wasn't. They have also managed to down Pulse in this little bathroom. There we go. Max comes in and finishes him off after Asphere runs straight past. Winegum now inside A, and as we mentioned, Infernal Gamers is complete control of this admin office end of the map. And it's now up to them to begin to push through. Whiskit down inside 1A bomb site, holding that and checking the cameras. Whisker Will's watching the middle corridor as well. And Winegum just on his cameras, feeding info as he can from inside the A site with his Spaz 12. Whisker Willis looking for the first couple of shots, but as he looks away, Max uses that to gain position, and we'll be aim down sights and ready to go long before Rook gets back into that spot. Looking up for the cameras. Ledge does get taken out by a good sprint across the gap by WizKid, but now he's a bit pinned behind this desk himself. Popak gonna miss those shots, but so will WizKid. Mekabiu takes down Winegum inside the A site, sprays through the window. Mekabiu looking to come in from inside now, and he will dash through the bullets of WizKid and get out alive. WizKid now pinned inside A, does not have a lot of health. He's got to find 4 and stop a plant in 45 seconds. Back into the corridor. The smoke clears and Asper is there on show, but there's no one at the far end now. It is 1v3 now instead of 1v4, but he's still got to pick up a couple more kills. He sees one Hoppack running across the gap. Again, neither land too many shots. Look towards Connector, finds 2 there. Again, no one hitting him at all. Looking towards the back of the room, it is still wide open. Hoppack sprints across the gap again and will come back to peek the middle. Macabo behind the bomb and Twitch in the window. It's an easy kill. Tansara finally the one to get it. And attackers will get round number 6 and put IG up 4 rounds to 2 and 1 round away from securing this map.
Snaky little bandit just weaving in and out of everybody.
Yeah. Ducking back and forth. Infernal are defending that same spot now and a little bit unsure about what defenders they want to take. Are going to go with that cap cannon again, but they're also bringing a frost to the table this time around, something they didn't do.
Traps for days.
Yeah, on their first one, but they did get a cap cannon kill, and hey, if they're not paying attention to cap cannon traps, maybe they can get a frost kill as well.
At the very least, it's a lot of extra crap to look for.
Attackers need to locate and
team.
defuse as many bombs as they can.
So up they go to the fire once again. Is making those holes between sites.
Camera activated.
Will begin their reinforcements as always.
Bomb located by attackers.
Let's pick up that last bit of armor. The cap traps will then come down this end like before. Hopak using his
10 seconds
C4
remaining.
on the trapdoor here in admin.
Camera feed.
He's only running
5
the MPX, of course, you can't shoot it, but Frost has a Super 19. It's not that far away. Why did you have to C4 them?
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
It's
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
interesting.
Attackers
Didn't even like offset it so that he got more of the floor with it or something too. Just
Welcome back deployed.
certainly doesn't seem like the best use of their resources.
They only had 2 C4s, and now they're both gone. And yes, okay, there's no shields to contend with, but C4s are still pretty damn good to use on the fly.
Is ready.
Now, bring a couple up onto the windows. There's more TWBSC looking down into that corner. Trying to make way more now. Inside the room, Hopak has been spotted in the backside. Does not quite hit the drone, but now looks towards the windows and will drop in towards Visa. TWBSC now going to have to take a little bit longer figuring out who and what might be in here. Macabo still in that corner, will not show his head. This trap spotted and killed out with ease here by TWBSC, and he will now make his way in. Staying alive a lot longer than expected as Frost is at the far side of the room. Will no longer be alive though. Whisker Willis picking her off as she tries to come across the room to take down TWBFC. Saro, top of his staircase, is spraying through the back of the stairs to try and catch someone out in that end room, in that admin office, as he sees Whisker Willis, Whittleskid and TWBFC in there. But Whiskid is just on a drone, being the eyes for what is coming their way.
And again, a very smooth push into the admin offices by Barrage.
So, Detto coming up the stairs to meeting room from Visa. Whisker Wood is picking himself up another kill onto Max. Detto now edging up and just thinking about the idea. The stairs to make it a little bit more obvious, and Hopak will come out and kill him from behind. And Saro, there we go, gets TWBSC again, another Capcan trap. No Frost trap this time, but they have had to stop and kill quite a lot. Blackbeard is gone because of it. Hopak is now underneath Jaeger. He is thinking about it, waiting for that information to come. Looking a bit low. If he looks higher, he'd get that body. Just a little bit higher. 30 seconds, doesn't matter. Whisker Wills will find Asper instead. Saro now the only man holding in of the bomb sites as Hopak is on the spiral stairs alone. Saro now thinking about coming to shoot. Whisker Wills edging up on the wall next to him. Hopak shows himself and takes down Winegum. It's now 2v2. Ashley's going to sprint in, but the 3 armor from Capcan keeps Tatsaro alive for a long, long time. Now Whiskid's going to start the blind. Hopak is looking for him.
Down.
But he doesn't have a shotgun or a C4 to stop the drop down, so the plant's going to go through. Whiskid sprints across the room, tagged but no frag. Hopak is equally low now, coming in through the doorway, misses the first shots. Twitch is the man coming in, and Hopak with a beautiful shot takes Whiskid's head clean off, and that will be... Whisker Will is trying to crawl onto the bomb, just to try and delay the plant a little bit longer. But hey ho, Hopak will take the kill and the map, as map number 1 heads over to Infernal Gamers, 5 rounds to 2. Not the easiest of wins they've had, but it is done.
And not quite on the drop down, but man, I would love to see that be the end of a round.
Yeah.
The oh crap, and then shotgun through the floor.
Oh, I have no time. Shotgunned it. Done. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. There it is. Infernal Gamers taking Consulate with ease, and to be fair, having seen that display, as we head on over to map number 2, I'm feeling a similar outcome.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean,
Hopak playing like that.
We saw right. Hopak just decimating them, and there's not much they can do about that. He's clearly just on a different level tonight to everybody else. But I feel Barrage showed a couple. You know, the 2 rounds they did pick up looked really good, and if they could find that consistency with all their rounds, I think they'd be all set. But yeah, if they can't deal with Hopak just shredding them to pieces like nothing, then ultimately it won't really matter what they do for strategy.
Back with that earlier round being amazing. Asfer then sprinting away, as that was the only thing he could do in that window, and then using it to come back again. The confusion. Knew Twitch would sprint after him, so once she started the sprint, he stopped and used that advantage to get the good shots down and the faster fire rate in his weapon. Beautiful play from that Pulse above, and then Tansara here, as you mentioned, the round was so far against IG. Somehow he gets upstairs, picks up 3 of the most important kills he'll ever get. And that arguably keeps Barrage in and ends this map far sooner than potentially it could have been.
Nah, I'll just kill you first.
There we go. So, we're going to head over towards map number 2. It's going to be Hereford Base. Both of these squads, yes, they are on the right side. I was under the impression they need to change, but they do not. So let's get map number 2 underway. Infernal Gamers looking for all 3 points, and Barrage need to just get this map so they can draw it out. Remember, they need as many as possible. They want to get as high on the table as possible so they can avoid as much relegation as necessary next season. Season 3 now officially announced, but the teams don't know how it is they're getting there yet. All they know is the higher they finish, the better their chances are.
Right.
Barrage then setting up on defense first, bringing a very standard roster here for the map. Maybe could occasionally switch the Pulse out for a Bandit or something, just because it's so rare that you don't know where people are coming from.
Right, this especially for the basement defense, there's you know where they're going to come from. If they're going to play the basement correctly and they're going to attack it and want to win, you know where they're going to come from.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how useful Pulse really could be, but
we'll see if they can make it work.
Yeah.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
They are down into the basement as their first setup. Question then is going to come is, where do they go second? Some teams will go for the split site, some teams will go for the TV kitchen. We've seen the occasional team risk it and go for the top floor, but that's not worked, so I doubt we'll see it.
well, the top floor's the worst.
I suspect our most likely outcome is the TV room in the kitchen. The split bomb side is rarely seen here because of how we talked about console players avoiding the vertical gameplay. However, Infernal Gamers were very much fond of it on console,
right.
Consulate looking down through piano, so maybe they will bring us something to surprise
10 seconds to go.
I mean, Hopak picked up 2 easy kills
5
with that vertical
seconds left.
gameplay in that first round he played, actually.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
So, TW staying downstairs. Winegum is up top and has taken a little bit of a tag already. Detol is up here too. Let's see where they go down towards.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been
They go all
dropped.
the way. Still 1 armor yet to be picked up. See who does that in a moment, as Smoke is also now here on the 2nd floor with Pulse. He's sitting here in the red container, cautious and waiting for whoever may come this way. Also waiting for that first man to make a move. So the diffuser is once more staying at quite a distance, not quite as far, but still a distance for the attacking team. Come in, jump down the stairs, line up the Detol to get a double.
Kill.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Checks for the man on the stairs, and it is there, but he was not in the mid-reload like he thought he was. Max picking himself up the first kill of the game and the first kill of the map. Pulse is going to very nicely peek straight into him. Now, rotating through red container. Smoke has already ducked down in towards the floor below here. Grenade the barbed wire out and then look to put the pressure below. They've got 1 minute 40 seconds, which is a lot of time, to be completely honest.
It's plenty of time still.
Watch for the blast.
We've seen some of the most successful pushes on this map, I feel like,
by
take
attackers.
place in the last 20 seconds.
Just get down around the corner. The grenade's going to come in. It does take him low, but doesn't kill him. He's now got smoke and C4s of his own. Max, do you think he's down? Are you confident to go with it? Did you hear him yell? I think you did, and you have backed away because of it. Will now crack yourself another hole in the side of the room and look if you can get a better angle on it, but WizKid is still completely hidden to you. The barbed wire underneath, so he's scared of dropping down, but the smoke charge is going to go off, and that'll give you all you need to know. WizKid is still alive. He falls back, but Whisker Wills will take down Astra as Winegum takes down Maccabee. Defenders are picking up kills. His attacking team is falling like flies. Tantara is outside. Hopak is now outside. TWBFC killing Max. And as Winegum tries to sprint in through lockers, he is easily executed by Tantara. Sprinting in through lockers. Get TWBFC as well. It is now a 2v1. Whisker Wills picking up the kill onto Tansaro. Hopak grabbing the return onto Whisker, and now in a 1v1. Hopak versus WizKid. WizKid is looking towards the lockers and could see him coming in if he drops, so he's going the other way. Heads across towards the locker doorway himself. He blew it open coming in. He was spotted on the camera though. Heads over, he knows WizKid was in the stairs, in the ladder room rather. Heads across the gap. WizKid missing the important shots. He's going to allow him into the B site. 8 seconds, he's going to hold the plant. WizKid is now looking through the wall. It was a fake. Hopak stays alive this time around. Now he has to hold it. It's a free win now here for WizKid. Hopak thinking and hoping he would peek out aggressively, but beautifully played there by WizKid. Knew all he had to do was wait till 0 seconds. When there's only 3 on the clock and he needs 7 to plant.
Yeah, you know it's pretty much in the bag as long as you play it intelligently. There's
4
no
seconds
way
was more than enough for him to get across the room to get that kill. So
exactly.
If hit 0 and didn't end, you knew he's planting, and that's a free win. If it hit 0 and it did end like it did, job done, free round.
Right. Easy peasy. But I think just with the timing that it requires in the attack for the basement, you might as well just it's going to be a lot of like timeouts like that, just in the sense of if for some reason the attack fails, then you know you're pretty much out of time at that point.
Being defused by attackers.
So downstairs go Infernal Gamers for their defense. They stayed a bit late trying to attack there last time around themselves, and now it is their turn to try and defend it. Pretty haphazard attack, to be completely fair.
Ten seconds left. 5 seconds left.
A bit more coordination, their push might have had a few
Attackers
people staying
recover
alive
the
a bit
diffuser.
longer, we'll see.
Attackers must locate
Maccabee
and defuse a bomb.
looking out towards the garage. Looking towards Detol spawn, he would have heard the shots. Detol comes around the corner, but he's pre-aiming it. Maccabee does most damage though, but nothing too significant either way. Barrage can throw a camera inside and then back away to safety himself as Detol is spraying through the gaps in the garage. Not be nowhere near anyone because they are no longer in there. Meanwhile, on this floor for the defenders, Hopak has gone down, Max is down. Maccabee is still on the staircase, playing up towards the front door, and Jaeger, well, you saw him there just running up and over the head into Whisker Willis's crosshairs. Asphere, first good kill of the round for the attacking Barrage squad. Giving them that man advantage. Maccabee now full all the way downstairs in towards the ladder room, and is cautious of what's going to come in through red container. His camera's in there to give him a little bit of information, but we'll see.
A bomb has been located.
A nest of beauties.
Smoke grenaded out. Bandit and Tansaro has been doing work on a couple of the other maps, but is now being forced to stay a little bit more static, of course, trying to deal with these bad thermite charges, which are now on their way. Flashbangs going off as close to the walls as possible inside A. Do get both electric charges gone. There comes. It's a single wall in garage. Cracks it open and it will go off successfully. The wall opened up and now Tansaro is very cautious about the angle he's holding. Careful, no one coming behind him. One gun still running around up that end. Flashbangs are going off, but grenade will finish off. Kept. Round inside A. Still cautious behind him. Tansaro does not know where to look. The wall to his left is decimated. The man behind him is Thermite. Well,
doesn't matter.
Can't go anywhere. TWBFC gets the kill. Blackbeard. Maccabee now looking for the same thing as Max gets down. I think by a Twitch room, to be honest. Inside his bedroom. Gun will finish WizKid off with a headshot after trying to sprint up onto him, and well, Whisker Willis with a bridge charge kill at the end here secures the last round onto Maccabee. He's looking to destroy this barbed wire, shoots it down, and as Twitch runs, smoke runs over it, it will blow up. Successful kill.
And they picked up 6 kills that round, one of themselves as well. That's a solid round for Barrage though. Yeah. But again, they're coming out with, like I said last game, they have the ability to play really well together. We just did not see any consistency in the last map. So far, much tighter defense, much more coordinated attack than we've seen from iGamerz so far.
To be fair, the attack there, yes, it worked, but it felt more like iGamerz were just running into crosshairs.
Right, iGamerz was not playing that. This is one of those maps where it's a very static defense. We've seen the attempted maybe one roamer
Attackers
in
need
red
to
that falls
locate
back
and
to
defuse
ladder, but
bombs.
you know, I think basically you set up your defense and you stay there. You watch your angle and you hope that everybody else in your team can watch their angle. And iGamerz instead is trying to go for all those cheeky
Attackers have
peeks.
located a bomb.
Cheeky peeks. Yeah, we did have that early window outside, but didn't come to anything. Now Barrage are looking to hold in kitchen and dining room themselves.
Up and running. Barbed wire set.
Just cover this one. I'm still setting up the last couple of defenses. TWBFC still doing a last
10
reinforce, which
seconds
is
to go.
tight. But 10 seconds still on the clock. He's got all the time in the world.
5 seconds left.
Upstairs, Dettel doing some reinforcements of his own. Winegum's now gone up there to join him. Shotgun's open the
Attackers
door and will
recover the
camera it.
diffuser. Attackers
Straight
are
away.
moving to defuse a bomb.
Dettel now inside, checking cameras of his own. And Smoke rather, is on the top floor looking outside the window. Beautiful shot to Asfar.
Oh, WizKid, that was gorgeous.
I saw such a delay between Ash coming around and him firing that I thought he missed his chance.
He was just working out the
Doing the angles and the
flick,
maths.
yeah. He's like, well, with the current velocity of this rifle,
With the wind speed of an unladen swallow, and the way I move my thumb, and the bullet drop over this distance,
yeah,
bang, perfect.
the pocket sniper, no less.
So now 3 players from Barrage are on this upper floor with Pulse just dancing on the staircase. Above them is Twitch. He's coming down the staircase now, but has to be cautious of the barbed wire himself and how he deals with it. So pre-firing a couple of doorways, make sure no one's there watching and waiting for him. Tansaro has proven to be pretty good with his weapon play so far today, but he needs a little bit of information sometimes before that can really work. You've got to know where you're shooting first. Will use the opposition smoke charge as a cover to get himself to open that up. Here now has picked up Max, who's trying to come and help him and free him off these stairs by pushing him behind. The sledge is gone. Now Thatcher's looking to come through the same doorway. He's edging left and around and trying to find an opening, but Jaeger's happy to just sit here all day long. He doesn't need to move. He hears him in the barbed wire. Knows roughly where he is now. That's the barbed wire broken. Macabo's around the corner. He holds it tight, but steeps out at the right moment. Macabo completely exposed, and it's an easy kill. WizKid has been downed by Tansaro coming down the stairs. He doesn't edge out far enough, TW this time. Allows Detol to get down, but Detol is going to crawl away. Tansaro edges out right into TW's crosshairs and sprints away because he's on such low health. Coming into the stairs now, he's going to get heard by TW, and it's an easy kill. WizKid getting credited the one on Hopcack too, as he had downed him further on inside the building. Oh, you got him. Yeah, I heard footsteps. Sounds amazing. So, time now for another attack round at a Barrage, and well, right now they're looking to whitewash this. We've seen a few 5-0s on this map. It is not uncommon. But when you defend this basement so many times, you've got to eventually figure it out, right?
Yeah, I just think for some reason iGamerz is running off the domination of their last match and just playing way too aggressive for this map. There's no, we've even seen a lot of the teams, you know, they'll start with that roamer in red or somewhere upstairs, but by the second or third round, if they haven't won the defense round, they're already not roaming at all anymore.
Yeah.
And like you said, iGamerz just stepping into crosshairs. There's no need for it. You don't need to pick up those early kills. It's great. Of course, it's awesome to know, oh, hey, you know, I dropped Ash off the break, and now it's 4v5 coming in for the rest, but you don't need it, and it's not worth the risk.
So Macabo once again upstairs in the garage, playing a little bit more aggressively. Jaeger's now gone upstairs to join him, and Hotpack has come up the ladder as well to throw a couple of cameras out. Detto coming close to the building. He's looking to spray in through the little gaps in the garage. Macabo, though, is at such a spot where that will not touch him at all. Looking for any kind of movement, We're now moving on away. TWBFC approaching the building now. Winegum going to do the same thing at the front side. Whisker Willis is inside and up and above. Detol is going to rappel up and join him.
Mounting rifle shield.
Starts to head down as the floors above are being checked out and drone from TWBFC at the front end. Is watching the stairwell from a distance. Do take out the different cameras that are in this corridor.
Attackers recovered the bomb
Now
diffuser.
also outside. Whisker Willis has got Detol
Attackers dropped
firing
the
down and
diffuser.
pre-firing the stairs from within the kitchen. There is still a smoke inside Red Container who has been droned out. Does have to smoke
Attackers
charge
have
the
recovered
door
the
to keep
diffuser.
himself a little bit safer. Asford peeks upstairs and takes down Whisker Willis here right on the stairwell. They pre-fired down here a couple of times, but he already took time to edge his way up.
He's about to get edged into Blackbeard.
Yep, Detto trying to pre-fire a couple of times more now, and he will edge around and fire a few more shots himself. He gets away safely at the end of the day. Bandit's still at the lockers. Asford still cautious about coming up. He's peeking around. Blackbeard now firing in towards Red Container. Smoke busy, but now edging the wire. Looking at the stairs again. Winegum outside, still yet to breach really into anything with his thermite charge.
Nest ready to knock up.
Last one coming out from the garage itself. And now he jumps down the ladder in towards the basement.
Drone ready.
Come out from Blackbeard. It's 45 seconds hit the clock. They need to catch a couple of people out. As they haven't killed a single soul on the defending team, and they've already lost their axe. But there we go. Detol is that man. He's picked up the kill on Asfar on the stairs. Can they push this advantage? Inside the ladder room is still smoke. Inside the A site is Valkyrie with a shotgun. She's checking the cameras outside. They might catch her by surprise. Tansaro has been on point so far today, and he's holding down the lockers where Winegum's sitting.
15 seconds remaining.
Blackbeard now looking to be that man. Blackbeard's coming down. Max is going to peek out the fence corridor and kill him with ease. Now we're going to see Macabu come out, throw his last smoke charge on the stairs. Witzkid's the man with the diffuser. He's outside A. Winegum has picked up the kill on Tansaro. They're going to go in. Sledge is going to come in, draw the fire, but Hotpack stays alive, getting two. Macabu gets Winegum in the lockers right as the last second ticks down. Nice idea from the attacking team there. Send Sledge in first, draw the fire from the shotgun, and then at the very least, maybe the second man in can get the kill, but Hotpack on point. 2 blasts, 2 kills,
Right.
no plan.
Did the auto shotty proud. It's but again, you know, they started IG again started a little bit aggressive, but they pulled back and they played a lot more of their corners and made much quicker work of Barrage that round. Finally put themselves on the board.
Point in the bag, and now they're thinking about where do we go? Well, you're attacking that basement that you just held.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
You were
as they
having
can.
trouble doing this as well, but after having successfully held it, maybe you're doing a better job at successfully attacking it now. Can't help but feel they didn't really do anything too different with their defense last round, other than they just kept their heads tucked in a little bit longer. They weren't being quite so aggressive.
And that's really all they needed. I mean, they have the gunplay, they know the
Bomb.
positions, they're doing that all right. It's just a matter of don't step out and give the attackers that opportunity to shoot you in the face.
You've got the angles, they've got to come into you, they've got to step into your crosshairs. Yes, I know Piggy's advantage is a thing here, but
10
Right, you
seconds
can
left before
still be
insertion.
moving around, still be, you know, somewhat ready in that sense. Just a matter of not standing
seconds
out
to insertion.
at an angle in front of a window where Blackbeard's going to go, hey man, I was hoping you'd be here.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are moving to
Winegum
defuse a bomb.
outside to throw a camera out once as before. Detol now inside, still on this floor up. Now looking to head downstairs as Winegum
Drone up.
is ready to come with him, keeping the two covered.
Strike ready to go. Drone activated.
They're going to sit inside, watch the stairwell. Wizkid is inside the red container again. Checking through the little holes and watching forwards. Is there anything that might have his way? Backs on down in towards the lower ladder room. I kind of feel that's a little bit premature. Detol is coming down the front stairs as well. taking absolutely no pressure whatsoever. But hey, they got a minute off the clock where the attackers aren't inside. Maybe they're happy with that. Maybe it's all they wanted from their roamers. Now they're going to come back and play even more defensive. Detol going deeper and deeper down and away from this stairwell. So, where's the attack coming from? TWBFC checking the cameras inside the main corridor, which was alive for a little while. He sees Max now dropping in from the roof above. Hopak is finally starting his breach charges. Spray coming in towards where Bandit might have been if he was trying to battery trick that. Not there, so he successfully blows it, heads in towards where the B site would be if they're defending these bombs. To crack the trapdoor above the B site. Sprays in towards the garage in case smoke is in there, is not, so Max is the only one. Back for the charge above the B site. And then heads down towards the lockers to watch the cross. He knows that if anyone drops through that trapdoor, all they have to do is kill the ones inside the B site. He can feed them information of the ones going across the gap the rest of the way if he's on point. Mr. Willis exposes himself for a moment and Hopak takes half his health off. 50 seconds on the clock. Now Twitch is the man with the diffuser in his hand.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
He's dropped it down, a couple of positions being adjusted. Whisker Willis still taking a fair bit of damage as Twitch comes in through the stairs and is slaughtered. Max coming down the staircase does get Detol. They've also managed to finish Whisker Willis off now inside. Wizkid pushes in, but Macabo is there in the doorway to cover him. Max just panic reaction shots on the Acer. It was a nice shot, but that's not good.
Good reaction, just bad awareness of teammates.
TWBFC takes that Macabo, and that's the diffuser. Now TWBFC will be downed inside the room, and it's all onto one lonely wine gum. He sees Max as well, and as he tries to go over to revive Hopkak, a good, easy shot comes over to get the kill. I like the idea, is that alright, I revive him, then he's going to hide until the plant comes through, then you can shoot him when he tries. No. Should have just gone for the plant, I think.
And I feel there
wasn't enough time for the revive there.
Their main push came from the stairs, yet their diffuser was on the other side of the map. I mean, which is not too far away in Hereford by any means, but the diffuser still had bad guys to go through, whereas they managed to get into TV with not one but 3 teammates, minus the Ash that got shredded to pieces by friendly fire.
Yeah. Now we begin what could be the last round of this series. Barrage need this win to get any points out of this, and as we mentioned before, every single team wants as many points as possible. Help secure them that place in Season 3. Barrage have had a bumpy road, but they're definitely learning. And they continue it out. iGamerz won the first map 5 rounds to 2, but Barrage are now sitting here on the cusp of winning this one. 4 rounds. Sorry, iGamerz on the cusp of losing this one 5 rounds to 1.
I think it's always interesting to see just how much map knowledge can impact how a team plays. I mean, clearly, this is Barrage's better map. They have it far more figured out. They understand their positioning far better. They're not letting Hopak tear them to pieces like they did in the last map. And,
yeah, the roamers here for iGamerz, they're still trying to put in heavy numbers, just aren't effective.
Right. And I think because most of the pushes in this map come down to the last 30 seconds or under, I don't think it really gives that opportunity for one player to make that huge of an impact on the defense. You know, if Hopak was the carry last game and doing most of the work, and the rest of the team can't put in the same amount, he's not going to be able to just sit there and flick around the point in the last 20 seconds and wipe 5 people out.
Thermite charge going off on the wall, literally right underneath Hopak, where he just made this hole. Hears it and heads back across. Wizkid drones in underneath him, and he doesn't quite see it, but he definitely heard it jump. Blackbeard, though, is already on half health here, so it's going to be a little bit cautious where he continues his push.
New feed.
Throw a camera down through as there we go. Detol picks up the first kill of the round. It's onto Smoke 2, which is a big deal for here.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Does get a revive on the Twitch, who is repelling. TWBFC now repelling himself, comes up towards the windows, is checking in. Jaeger there to the left-hand side has killed off a camera. Killed off that drone coming through. Got back down as well now as the Ash charge gets the final blow. Ash did all the Roger down him too. In and to the left, TWBFC will check. Nothing in that wardrobe. Jaeger at the far end of the room. Cautious, but in the bedroom. Switching around as a couple of shots come rattling on Ed. TWBFC is exposing his left flank here to Asfar on Jaeger. Neither of them seem to realise exactly where the other is. Asfar now he's droned out. Spotted. Switch makes the shots at him, but they aren't going to land. Through the hole, we see one more, and now he's going to get spotted, but gets to his hidey hole all the same. Jaeger, however, not the same as we said. Jaeger's pretty damn exposed right now. Sorry, Brooke. He's coming down in towards the red container. Wine Gum, literally right behind it. He doesn't see his head in time, and he cracked the door open, walking straight into the crosshairs of that thermite, who was already quite low. Now Tantara is looking for Wine Gum. He's the diffuser man. They know he's in red. Look for it. He comes sprinting inside. He does get in, but Tantara will finish him off quickly afterwards. But TWBFC has helped him out by team killing Detol before taking down his final remaining teammate. And now it's all on Tensara against 3. Ash is very low. TW walks through a Capcan trap to sacrifice himself. Tensara gets one more, and suddenly it's all on Ash, who has no health whatsoever.
8 seconds, no diffuser, no health. That's
Coming in, knows he's behind the desk, looking towards the left-hand side. He's got to go in. 3 seconds. Pre-fire, sprints through the door, looks the wrong way, and Tensara kills him just for good measure. Infernal Gamers hold on for one more round with the skin of their teeth.
Barrage went from such an upper hand there to absolutely, completely falling apart. I mean, that team, once again, team kill handed them the round almost. The Capcan kill just, you know, I know they're running short on time, but it's still a pretty good thing to pay attention to. Walking through doorways you haven't walked through yet.
Yeah.
When you know there's a Capcan alive. But that's, as we've said time and time again, that's when the traps shine, like for Frost, for Capcan. When you get to that last 10-15 seconds, I mean, it's kind of an all or nothing, and that's when people stop paying attention. And it's embarrassing when you get killed to a Capcan in the beginning of the round, you know, first door, when you're just not paying attention, but it's totally understandable when it happens in the last 15 or so seconds.
Yeah. But it also comes down to being bad planning, which is why
Bomb located by attackers.
you need to learn to time and pace yourself a little bit better.
Right. Yeah, when there's only one player up on the enemy team, it seems difficult to be accidentally team killing still.
Yes. It's kind of
Attackers have
miscommunication
located a
should
bomb.
Right.
not be.
Right, your team's position, especially again on a map like this where positioning is so well planned out already within the meta, that's should have a pretty good idea where your teammates are at.
5 seconds to go. Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
Into the TV room, in the kitchen room, the defense goes again for Barrage. Still on map point. Could take it here. Once more, they have 3 players upstairs. Detol, TWBFC, and Winegum. But Winegum is going to head down after the camera's been placed up and trade positions with Smoke. Smoke goes up, and well, Rook stays downstairs, and he's already under pressure from an attacking Ash. He's inside the B site very quickly, but doesn't have a diffuser. So they just come in with. Now Twitch is looking to come too. Can get punished from the floor above here if the defenders want to do it, and there's the shots coming through, but they're already low. Asfar gets Winegum, but TWBFC gets 2 by jumping outside as Max trades with a Detol kill. 2 defenders left, but the plant has gone down. WizKid is looking for a man to go back in or out of this window, and it's not going to happen. Now TWBFC is looking to come down the stairwell, and this could be very, very painful. Tries to sprint down. Max is looking across the gap. He gets into dining, gets across towards piano, is now pushing forward towards the main doorway. Tantara behind the bomb, he sees him, but he misses the shots. Tantara missing his own. TW cautious. He wants to go outside. He will be detected trying to come back up the edge. Smoke has been down, and now TW's got to find 3 kills. It will be an ace if he can do this, having only got 2, but they hit him go outside, and Max is an easy shot for him. 3 rounds on the board now for IG. They're pulling it back, and now they're on a defense.
Yeah, being the last player alive, being outside, detected, that typically doesn't end well.
So, down into the basement too for Infernal Gamers.
Now we're looking at either match point or overtime. It's a quick comeback.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I like the play from IG. So you know they like their slow setups. You know they're not always ready right on the tick. They went shooting range and they spawned straight in and rushed inside B.
Right.
And it was very, very surprising to Barrage. They were not ready at all. And even, to be fair, even if they weren't in the middle of setting everything up right now, you've known and watched every round before that they run 3 roamers on the floor above. That means B is open and exposed 9 times out of 10.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left.
ADS deployed and ready to go.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
So, here they come. Attacking themselves as up floors above. We once again get Macabu with an aggressive little peek outside, but nothing landing. Pout came upstairs to help him out and throw a couple of cameras down, and then backs away down into the basement herself. While Macabu is just hiding here from the shots coming into either side of him like they did before. The rest of the defenders staying downstairs. WizKid journeying in the floors above. TWBFC's in too. Whisker Willis done as well. They get down and fast this time around, not wasting too much time on the upper floors. As their downfall in a couple of situations earlier on. Detol cracks the trapdoor above kitchen and will drop self down there nice and easily in a moment. She's coming down from outside as they still know Macabu's in there. They did drone him. Now he's there in case he's about to drop straight through and in towards the ladder room after being droned out a second time. Macabu, if he stayed crouched, he might have actually got past Detol's crosshairs there, but he does back away. Moves down, hedges towards the other side, will sledge open this side. And he actually could have seen him if he looked through that gap, but not going to matter because TWBFC's got him from the inside. Macabu downed, but Whisker Willis will trade a kill back and forth with Asphalt, both of them headshotting each other. As now Barrage are looking to actually put some pressure on for the outsides.
Drone up.
Starting to thermite open the walls.
Time to lose me.
Now, Singulars open up. Towards the A site. Hoppack is going to be hiding behind that shield as best he can, and not a single flashbang will hit him.
Not that they were going to push with it anyway.
No, nobody flushes after flashbangs. Who does that? Zara has a nice big set of kill holes in towards Lockers. Detol's got a grenade in hand, throws it in. It's immediately trophied out. That's why the flashbangs went in. Next grenades are coming through. Flashbang from TWBFC. Hoppack looking to push forward. And TW, despite seeing him, tries to go aggressively into it and, well, puts his face up the Spaz 12's barrel. Hoppack now gets back to safety again as well. Detol has no more grenades left and doesn't know exactly where Hoppack has gone. Pre-fires the corner. The shot's coming from the B site from Max now. 17 seconds. They've got to get inside soon. The diffuser's on Winegum and he is miles from the bomb site. WizKid's taken down by Max, trying to come down the front stairs. Detol's going to be the first man in. He gets a good kill onto Max. Looks to spray the corner, doesn't check behind the desk though, and Hoppack will get 1 and 2, same as before, and iGamerz force overtime.
How is that desk not the first place you look when you walk in?
Yeah, you check the corner, okay, you've done that a couple of times, he's not in the corner, you get that. Next place you look, maybe behind the desk.
That's where everyone plants, that's where everyone sits. I mean, once that shield is gone, you know, lots of teams like to put that shield in that close right corner or close left corner. They knew they got rid of that with the Ash charge, or with the first grenade that got rid of the barbed wire.
Yep.
And once that's gone, I mean, there's only one place a defender's going to be, and it's going to be that desk. Always. And suddenly we're on that OT. Looks like Barrage doesn't want it bad enough.
Yeah, Barrage is happy to give 3 points over to IG at this rate. Now looking to try and turn it around, and to be fair, I would not be surprised to see IG reverse sweep this.
No, I mean, if it seems that they've just finally figured out their pacing a lot better as far as how to react, like you said, to kind of put the pressure on quicker on Barrage on the attack, and then also to play a little bit more reserved on the defense. And those small changes have just turned it around for him completely.
Time now then for Barrage to begin their defense once again. WizKid is checking the cameras while he is here inside the garage. Winegum's dropped downstairs, and now WizKid is the only man left upstairs.
Reloading, cover me!
Activating camera.
We'll drop down into
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
the ladder room instead. And they're going to play a very defensive round here now. Squad. Again, they move forward, and while Asfaro's on a couple of the floors above, he's trying to spray open some predictable spots and try and grab a couple of sight lanes into anyone that may be on this upper floor. I mean, the 5-man basement level is more standard for Hereford. It's what we're more likely to see.
Right. It's just proven to work. You need a flawless attack push to take care of it. The roamers don't really matter for it.
Activating shock drone.
So it's just case of waiting.
Tango's in my sight.
They finally realize that floor is clear and they move down, and it does look like now is that time. Asfar will drone in as Macabo starting to make a couple of holes upstairs, EMPing randomly outside and to try and take down any cameras that might be there. Two of them can be wasted. There, he starts to crack open the wall now. Thermite still running around by a single.
Drone is ready.
A single wall now.
Time to make it.
Exit on open. Bandit cannot get anywhere close thanks to the holes that Thatcher was making above the locker doorway.
I love that skin.
On the
On the
Just-
5-7. Yeah.
I like that skin too, to be fair.
Yes.
There we go. Now he's found the camera. They do take it out of the tree. Around 45 seconds. Considering they had all the time in the world to clear the floors above, they can now slowly edge their way down.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Really slowly do it. And Ayash is going to take her eyes off the floor as Pulse comes up, and actually both of them missing way too many shots. Wangum will shotgun down Macabo as he tries to push into lockers. Barrage do have that man advantage, haven't taken too much damage now. Actually going to try and rotate around in towards the drop here. Hardwire's already gone, it's going to drop down, but the teammates are dropping like flies elsewhere. He's going to come here behind and does manage to miss every shot onto
Every
smoke.
important shot, but
But
doesn't
hey,
matter.
gets it right at the last second. The final blow did actually down WizKid, and it will give him the round. And the teammates elsewhere managed to get all of their shots to count right at the last second to give the attacking team a win, which, to be fair, I do not feel like they deserved at all.
No, that was, I mean, again, they had the timing. They had the timing perfect, and that's really all it takes in this
To be
bad
fair, though,
floor.
They did it. I mean, like, him dropping into ladder there was very late compared to everyone else pushing elsewhere. But the firefights went on for so damn long because people just couldn't aim properly.
Yeah,
that he got away with it, you
right,
know?
his timing turned out to be perfect by being so late.
Yeah,
like,
because
just
everyone else
as-
was missing all their shots because
Right.
all the defending players didn't kill his teammates fast enough. He was still okay, but if that smoke had like
Defenders, protect
two
your
popped
bombs
his
from
teammate
being
inside A,
Oh, of course,
like he
then
should
he
have
would have
done,
been able to
he would
cover
have
ladder
spin
stuff.
around and be ready. So yeah, like he got lucky because Barrage's shooting
was just
bad.
not there.
Located
Yeah, it was
by
just not
attacker.
there at all.
Yeah, so spending all that time on floors that were empty, not realizing they were clean enough in time, and then getting downstairs with seconds to spare, and yeah, as we've seen time and time again, rushing this floor with 10, 15 seconds to go, you should never win. Because
Right.
there's shotguns waiting for you, there's so many small tight angles which the defenders are already holding, they just hold down the trigger.
Right, no matter where you push in the
10
attacking
seconds
team
left.
on this objective, you are at a disadvantage. There's no spot where the defenders
seconds to
are
insertion.
weaker than the attackers
Camera in position.
pushing into this point. So,
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
and that's why it's such a
Attackers are
timing
moving
intensive
to
map,
defuse
because
the
if you
bomb.
don't have the angles split on the defenders and they can focus on their one position, it's an easy defend around.
Macabo now once again going to the man on the top floor, and he's tried a couple of spawn peeks in previous spots,
New camera feed up.
but this time he's not. He is getting droned out though.
Reloading. Swapping mags.
stairs. He sees Ash straight through the hole, and it's an easy kill for him. Whisker Willis walking up. Does not have anywhere near the angle or the info needed for that, and he gives Macabo a nice free and easy kill. I mean, coming through that doorway is necessary. We're trying to clear a man out of this floor. Of course it is, but it should have been someone else coming from a different angle to put pressure on him, so we can't just lay there prone staring at that spot.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Now we wait. Are you going to try and deal with this rumor?
Time to make a new door. Device activated.
Activating shock drone.
You do seem to just be looking to ignore him. Turns down in towards the basement instead. He is a long way away, so yeah, if they want to make this push in quickly towards the basement, he won't be able to join in, but the longer they take, the less he's going to, or the faster he's going to realize that's what's happening, and coming above, which bring in right above Tantaro's head, but he knows he's safe. Outside the door, peeks Hopak with his shotgun. He does get flashed for his trouble, but gets away with it. He's down the thermite. Gotta be happy with that. Asfar is now also on the top floor. Smoke is now starting to peek out, and will look over the edge of them in a moment. They've revived the thermite, but he can't see anyone here. Gets back inside as WizKid now hears the detector above him.
Spinning up.
We get a couple of quick trade kills back and forth, but the attacking team is still in that man advantage. Hopak has been down though inside the A site, and they're going to realize this. WizKid coming in as Winegum does get a good kill in from Lockers onto Tansaro. 15 seconds though, and with the diffuser on Twitch, he's got to get inside the other room. Hopak is down, and they now know this. He does finally finish him off. TWBFC looking for Smoker, came outside and needed a good kill. That's what they were hoping for. Max now inside B, can see Thermite. Lockers moves at the wrong moment. Just as he thinks he's safe to leap over, Max peeks around the corner, and Winegum does get a nice easy kill. Macabo, okay, you stayed on the top floor for a long time. You kept their interest for a long time, but you should have come down at least to a floor 1 below when there was only a minute left on the clock.
Right.
Instead, you wait until so late that the only way you can get close to your team is by coming outside, and that's an easy Blackbeard kill as soon as you detect it. So, 5 rounds to 5, despite it being a 4-1 scoreline for CS, for Barrage, sorry, for most of this game.
But at least they're picking up that win when they need. A little late. They could have got it 4 rounds ago and had the map, but
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
It is. They are now trying to defend this basement once more. And now, last time around, they lost it with mere seconds to spare due to some terrible aim on their part.
Located a bomb.
Now it is time to rectify that mistake. Can they hold as firm? More importantly, will Infernal Gamers trust them to not put anyone upstairs this time around? Or will they check for it like they did before and spend all of their round time up pointlessly checking, clearing and rechecking
10 seconds to go.
empty spaces?
5 seconds left before insertion.
Detol's finishing off the last couple of reinforcements before
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
a little way to join Winegum, who's outside here, of course, throwing those cameras out again. Detol once more on this floor like he has been every time.
Laying out the welcome mat. Reloading.
Does head down as he hears a couple more drones stop to try and get the kills just for free, but then wants to get back towards the basement. Max repelling above him. Ash was pushing in towards the garage and is up close in the corner. Of course, he cannot see that. Oh, the 5-5. Drone comes down, Hopak gets spotted.
It's a lucky
or does
pellet.
spot it. Yep, lucky random pellet gets that kill. Macabo's one gets out with a second round. We'll give Deto a chance to get down the stairs and get to safety, but should be happy now that that's the room is done. 2 minutes left on the clock. And IG are inside and finally starting to pressure the basement level. And 2 minutes is plenty enough for this, especially if Barrage cannot sit still like this. We've seen it before. The way to hold this basement level is to stay static, but land the shots. That's the
Right.
important point.
Right, you got to end the gunfights quick because you have the advantage on the defense. You know, it's very little aiming adjustment you need to make to land the kills if you're just watching your one angle, right? But you got to actually land them.
There are not many spaces for you to run around and move in as the defenders here without either running into teammates or just opening up huge spots for the attackers to abuse and push.
Right.
Everyone's got their places, everyone's got their angles, and you've just got to hold them firm. Once they start to fall, the round will start to fall apart. But as we saw last time around, Barrage could not hold it when they were the last 10 seconds on the clock.
Time to make a new door.
Checking through in towards the garage then. Here we go, Infernal Gamers still actually, to be fair, pretty slow with that 2 minutes to spare, but they are now cracking walls open with a minute left on the clock. Max is coming down the front staircase, peeking out aggressively here a little bit perhaps too soon. Winegum does peek up to single and take down Macabo, but Hotpack will trade him back then in through the locker dock. Max is going to grenade down the stairs as Hotpack is starting to spray in towards A. Whisker Willis is in there and Twitch is looking that way too. Sprays the wall open, sees him behind the shield. Now he's just going to hold him in that angle. Twitch trying to fire across in towards B as well. Then Max on the stairs, taken out by Detol, who peeks out from the ladder. But as soon as Ash drops down the ladder, she's into a frost trap. And now these are the only 2 attacking players left. Hotpack sees Detol sprint behind the bomb, but isn't fast enough to react for the shot. There's now 2 shotguns inside this A site. Hotpack sprints in towards the lockers, and he will fall. Twitch, now the last man standing, has down Detol, but he's got to find 4 more. Does get the next one to Whisker, which is nice, but 5 seconds on the clock. 2 more to go. Cannot get TWBFC or the final remaining Rook. And Barrage, they made a meal of it, but they do win map number 2 and take 1 point each out of this first matchup of our day.
That is, that's going to be a rough one for iGamerz. Getting those 4 rounds in a row and ultimately still dropping in the overtime. But Barrage got their game back together. They fell apart a little. Once iGamerz made that small adjustment, started playing a little tighter on their defense and a little more aggressive on their offense, it totally wrecked Barrage. But they finally figured it out, readjusted themselves, and of course, Winegum picking up some huge kills.
Yeah. So it is finished for those 2 teams.